The story begins with a 21-year-old girl named Anna. She's a quiet, simple, and slightly shy student at Washington State University, where she's majoring in English literature. To manage her expenses, Anna also works part-time at a local hardware store. She lives with her female roommate, who is studying journalism. That day, Anna's roommate was scheduled to interview a very wealthy and influential man named Chris, who, astonishingly, had already become a billionaire by the age of 27. However, fate intervenes. Anna's friend falls sick and is unsure if she'll get another chance to interview such a high-profile figure. So, she asks Anna to go in her place. Despite being nervous and overwhelmed, Anna agrees and heads to Chris's corporate office to conduct the interview. Her anxiety shows. She fumbles a little, makes some small mistakes, but gradually regains her composure and begins asking the questions her friend had written down. Chris answers most of them politely, although he skips over a few that he finds irrelevant. Initially, he had allotted Anna only 10 minutes, but as the conversation continues, he doesn't seem to mind going beyond the time limit. He becomes curious about Anna. Her innocence and beauty have left a subtle impact on him. He starts asking her about herself, clearly intrigued by her presence. Anna, too, begins to admire Chris's charisma and composed demeanor. After the interview, when Anna prepares to leave, Chris personally walks her to the elevator. He smiles and says, "I assume you got all your questions answered." Anna politely replies that there were a few he didn't answer. At that, Chris takes the paper containing the list of questions from her and lets her go. Later, when Anna reaches home, her friend excitedly tells her she did a great job. Chris had just emailed answers to all the questions she couldn't get during the interview. She then asks Anna what she thought of Chris. Anna admits that she found him really nice. His personality and behavior were impressive. The next day, while Anna is at the hardware store working her shift, Chris unexpectedly walks in. She's stunned to see him there. Chris calmly tells her he needs to buy a few things. He picks up some items like ropes, duct tape, and a few other supplies. As he checks out, Anna thanks him for sending over the answers via email. She also mentions that her friend didn't get a clear photo of him for the article. Chris casually replies, "I can do a photo shoot tomorrow," and hands her his business card before leaving. Anna is thrilled. She wasn't expecting that at all. The following day, Anna, her roommate, and one of their male friends call Chris in for the photo shoot. After the pictures are taken, Chris invites Anna to have coffee with him at a nearby cafe. During their time together, Anna begins to feel drawn to him. She finally gathers the courage to ask if he has a girlfriend. Chris simply says that he doesn't believe in boyfriend-girlfriend relationships. When they leave the cafe, he walks her outside and tells her, "I'm a very difficult person, Anna. I don't think I'm right for you. You should stay away from me." His words confuse and sadden her, and she leaves quietly. Later that night, as Anna and her friend are getting ready for a party to celebrate finishing their exams, a surprise package arrives for Anna. It's from Chris, a set of limited edition books. Anna loves reading, but she doesn't feel comfortable accepting such a gift. She sets the books aside and heads to the party with her friend. At the event, Anna drinks way too much and becomes heavily intoxicated. Intoxicated at the party, Anna steps aside and dials Chris. She starts speaking erratically, saying strange things that immediately alert Chris. He realizes she's clearly drunk. He gently urges her to go home and rest, but Anna refuses to listen. Concerned for her safety, Chris tells her to stay where she is and says he's on his way. Meanwhile, at the party, one of Anna's male acquaintances notices her vulnerable state and tries to take advantage of the situation by forcibly kissing her. Just then, Chris arrives and steps in at the perfect moment, pushing the guy away and rescuing Anna. He tells her he's taking her home, but Anna insists she's with her friend. Chris assures her, "Don't worry, my brother is with your friend. He'll let her know you're with me." Before she can respond, Anna passes out. Chris gently carries her to his place. The next morning, Anna wakes up in an unfamiliar room, Chris's apartment. Her mind races with worry, wondering if something happened while she was unconscious. But Chris immediately assures her that he didn't touch her. Not in that way. Anna starts to wonder, if he cares so much, why is he keeping his distance? Chris looks her in the eye and says, "I'm not romantic, Anna. I'm different. What I want, you might not understand." Anna softly asks, "Then why don't you try to understand me?" Chris walks closer and leans in, about to kiss her, but stops just short. "Not until there's an agreement between us," he says. Anna is baffled. An agreement? Just for a kiss? Chris decides to take her home. But while they're alone in the elevator, emotions take over. He can't resist anymore. He kisses her, and Anna responds. Later, they arrive at Anna's apartment, where her roommate is seen getting cozy with Chris's brother. Before leaving, Chris tells Anna his driver will pick her up later that night. He then says goodbye and walks off with his brother. Anna, excited, tells her roommate how happy she is with Chris. That night, the driver arrives and Anna is taken to Chris. But instead of a simple date, Chris surprises her with a private helicopter ride. Together, they fly to a different city where Chris owns a luxurious mansion. When they arrive, Chris sits her down and asks her to sign a contract, a non-disclosure agreement. "Whatever happens between us," he says, "and whatever is written in this contract, you can't share with anyone." Chris explains he doesn't do love, not the way most people understand it. "I love differently," he says, as Anna looks on, clearly confused. Then he takes her to a room he calls the Red Room. Inside, Anna sees leather belts, ropes, chains, and all kinds of strange gear hanging on the walls. Shocked, she asks what this all means. Chris tells her plainly, "I don't believe in romance. I need control. If you submit to me, I'll dominate and give you pleasure." He continues, "You'll belong completely to me. I'll touch you, command you, but only with your consent. That's how I find joy." Anna struggles to understand. Why would any girl want this? She wonders aloud. Chris tells her there are rules. "If you disobey me or make mistakes, I'll punish you with different tools." "But there's no mention of love in any of this," Anna points out. "That's because I don't love," Chris responds. He then shows her another room, her designated space if she signs the contract. They won't be sleeping in the same bed. Chris tells her, "This is the only kind of relationship I have. Don't compare it to a normal one. Either sign the contract or walk away." As they talk, he learns something unexpected. Anna has never been with anyone before. Her innocence surprises him and touches something deep inside. Moved, he leans in and kisses her. That moment leads them into a more intimate connection. The next day, Chris spends more time with Anna. He gently asks if she truly wants to go through with all of this. Anna hesitantly agrees, at least for now. Trusting him, she lets him tie her hands with rope and fulfill one of his fantasies. But before things can go any further, Chris's mother suddenly arrives. He quickly gets dressed and goes out to meet her. When his mother meets Anna, she's visibly delighted. It's the first time she's seen Chris with a girl, and she likes Anna instantly. She even invites her to visit their home sometime. After she leaves, Anna gathers courage and asks Chris a question that's been bothering her. "How many girls have you had this kind of relationship with?" Chris replies honestly, 15. Hearing that, Anna starts feeling uncomfortable. She tells him she doesn't want to be just another submissive. She wants something deeper, the kind of relationship where they go out on dates, have dinners together, and sleep side by side. But Chris doesn't offer that kind of love. He tells her, "If you surrender to me fully, I'll stay loyal to you." Anna, disturbed, says, "Why would any girl want to be treated like this?" Chris answers, "It's not torturous, it's pleasure." But Anna's heart isn't convinced. She tells him she wants to go home. On the way back, Chris opens up about his past. He shares a painful memory. His first relationship happened when he was just 15, with a friend of his mother's. That woman introduced him to this world of dominance and control. Their relationship lasted 6 years. "At first it was hard," he admits, "but over time it became a part of who I am." He continues, "No one in my family knows about this. We're just friends now, but that's where it all began. That's why I'm the way I am. I don't think I'm capable of love." Chris then looks at Anna and says, "But you're different. I've never felt this way about anyone before." He hands her the agreement and tells her to take her time, to read it thoroughly. After dropping her off, Anna returns home and meets her roommate, who immediately asks about Chris. But Anna stays quiet about the contract. Elsewhere, Chris is thinking about her. He misses Anna and decides to visit. When he arrives, they get close again. That night, Anna asks him to stay over. But Chris reminds her, "I told you, I don't sleep with my partners. I connect, but I never stay the night." And with that, he leaves. The next day, Anna texts Chris and asks to meet. She wants to renegotiate some of the terms. They meet at his office, where Anna tells him honestly, some of his fantasies make her uncomfortable. She wants them removed from the agreement. Chris, seeing Anna show genuine interest in his world, agrees to make a compromise. He tells her he's willing to go on one proper date with her every week. Anna is touched. It's a small step, but to her, it means a lot. Some days later, Anna's university holds its graduation ceremony, and to her surprise, Chris is invited as the chief guest. Her father is also present at the ceremony. When Anna's friend introduces Chris to her dad and says that Chris is Anna's boyfriend, he seems pleased. Things feel warm and full of promise. After the ceremony, Chris takes Anna back to his place. As a surprise, he sells her old car and gifts her a brand new one. But Anna isn't comfortable accepting such an expensive gift. She politely refuses. Chris, clearly frustrated by her rejection, punishes her in his own way, a darker physical expression of his control, and leaves. Anna is trying to understand Chris, but his world still feels alien and confusing. Around this time, Anna gets a call from her mother. Her mother says she's heard about Anna's boyfriend and asks if she's truly happy. The tone is concerned and tender. She tells Anna that if she ever feels unsure, she's always welcome to come home. The next day, Anna goes to Chris. Again, he plays out one of his fantasies and punishes her. But this time, something shifts. Anna feels a strange mixture of pain and pleasure. She doesn't fully understand it, but she accepts it, for now. Later that evening, Chris takes her to dinner at his parents' house. Everyone there is welcoming and kind to Anna. During dinner, she casually mentions that she's planning to visit her mother for a few days. Chris's expression darkens. He hadn't been told in advance, and the idea of not having control unsettles him. Finding an excuse, he pulls Anna away from the dinner. Chris wants Anna to become his submissive, fully, but Anna struggles to let go of her identity. She doesn't want to lose herself just to be what Chris wants. Yet she's also deeply in love with him. She keeps hoping that with time, he'll change. Chris, too, is trying, in his own way, but it's hard for him. His childhood was full of trauma. His biological mother had fallen into addiction and died early. The parents he lives with now adopted him later. And it was during that dark time that he entered a controlling relationship with his mother's friend. That experience twisted his sense of love and intimacy, leaving deep scars. Anna returns to her hometown and spends time with her family, but Chris can't stop thinking about her. He misses her terribly and decides to visit. They reconnect, spend time together, and for a while, everything seems okay. But once again, Chris tries to dominate every moment, controlling her emotionally and physically. She begins to feel more like a puppet than a partner. Anna finally confronts him. "Why do you want to hurt me?" she asks. "Why do you need to see me in pain?" Chris answers quietly, "Because that's just who I am." Wanting clarity, Anna pushes him. "Show me the worst punishment you've ever given." Chris complies and uses a belt on her. The pain is intense. Anna breaks down and sobs. "You enjoy watching me in pain, don't you?" But Chris doesn't answer. He can't, and that's when Anna realizes she can't do this anymore. The next day, with a heavy heart, she decides to walk away from him, for good. As tears fill her eyes, Anna hands over the keys to the car Chris had gifted her, a symbol of control she no longer wishes to accept. With trembling hands and a heart weighed down by heartbreak, she turns to leave. Chris tries to stop her. He reaches out, wanting to pull her back into his world, a world of power, submission, and emotional complexity. But Anna takes a step back. Her voice is steady but firm. "Don't." She walks away. And just like that, their story comes to an end. So friends, could you ever love someone who finds pleasure in giving pain? Would you surrender your identity for love that doesn't feel like love? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Also, press the bell icon so you never miss an upcoming movie recap.